Ready for some secret moves for a better core? Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa, and that's exactly what we're doing today. Go grab your mats and let's do this. Before we get started, if you happen to have a blocker pillow, go ahead and grab that and let's get into tabletop position. The most important thing throughout our class today is our breath and the connection with our core and our pelvic floor. You're going to take that blocker pillow, place it in between your knees, pressing down into the tops of your hands, press down into the tops of those feet. We're going to take a nice gentle breath in. Think of breathing through your rib cage. And when you go to exhale, blow out those candles. Gentle exhale. Inhale, breathe into the rib cage. Exhale, let it go. You want to make sure we're not tucking that pelvis underneath or we don't have a really big arch. Neutral spine, nice breath in. Now this time when you go to exhale, blow out those candles, gentle squeeze of the block. And just see what you're noticing. Can you feel that lower abdominal pelvic floor? Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, soften. Breathe into the rib cage. Exhale, squeeze. We want to be really careful throughout today's class of not just keeping your core engaged the entire time, sucking those abs in all the time. That is not going to allow our core and our pelvic floor to function like it wants to, especially if you're noticing that you have diastasis recti, if you have prolapse, if you notice leaking with exercising or jumping. One more time like this. And then we can add on if you'd like. So you can curl those toes underneath. Nice breath in. Exhale, squeeze the block. Maybe you hover the knees. Maybe you hover one knee. And then drop it back down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, drop it back down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Drop it back down. We're gonna do one more like this and maybe adding on if you like. Really picking what feels best for your body today. Nice. Now this time when you lift and squeeze, maybe you bring the knees over towards the right. Back to center, inhaling. Exhale, squeeze, go to the left. Back to center, drop it down. Two more like that. If you add it on, or stay right where you're at. Inhale to center, exhale, bring it back and drop down. Nice. Last one. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And bring it over to the left. Squeeze and exhale. Back to center. Drop it back down. Nice work. We're going to come down onto our sides. You can bring that blocker pillow and place it in front of you. We're going to come down onto our forearm. You can keep the knees bent. You could also do the same thing with those legs out straight, coming into a full plank. We're going to press into the forearm, press, lift the hips, extend your top leg out, and maybe you add on the exhale, pressing down into this block. And play with the height that works best. Inhale down. Exhale, press and lift. Now, if this feels like it's too much, stay right here. Exhale, press. And reach. Your goal is to be feeling it in your core. We're going to start to feel some in our hip, in your shoulder. You can look wherever feels most comfortable for your neck and really picking which exercise, which modification level works best for you. Another key thing with this is make sure you're not overarching. You want to make sure those ribs stay over your pelvis. We'll feel those obliques, lower abs, pelvic floor. Nice work. We've got 3, 2, last 1. Bring it all the way back down and let's just switch. Bring it onto that left forearm. Keep everything stacked. Now maybe you stay down, maybe you're all the way out. Find what works best. We're going to exhale, press down, blow out those candles and lift and bring it back down. Another thing to check in is to make sure that top leg isn't creeping way in front, that it's staying back behind you. Really press through the heel to feel those glutes kick on. Exhale, feel the core. Nice work. How does this side feel compared to your other side? Does one side feel more challenging? Does it feel about the same? And another thing, as I just caught myself doing it, as you're pressing down, we want to be careful we're not rotating. We want to keep everything stacked and this arm is just pressing straight down. So the hips stay stacked, shoulders stay tacked. Sometimes our bodies compensate and we have our shoulders come forward and our hips roll back. We want to make sure everything is stacked. For 3. Nice job. 2. Last 1. Bring it back down. And now we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to take our right leg straight out in front. You have the block or pillow. That right ankle is right below your knee. We're going to tuck our left hip underneath and keep that rib cage down. Take a nice breath in, lift the arms up overhead, and we're going to exhale, a quick exhale. Inhale, inhale back, exhale. So we're going to start doing some Kapalabhati breath, and it's this quick inhale, exhale, forceful, but your stomach is moving in and out. We're not pushing or bearing down. It's a quick. And we can add in and get a little bit more core work by squeezing that block on our exhale. Now, if this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can always come up to standing, or you could put a pillow or some padding underneath. Try to keep those hips facing forward. You can go as fast, maybe you slow it down, or quick. Squeezing that block. Nice work. We got a couple more here. Press down into those feet. And see if you're leaning too far back. What happens if you slightly lean forward? How does that change what you feel in the core? For 3, 2, last 1. Bring that forward. Take your left hand down to the block, or maybe take your left hand down to the ground. I'm just going to take the right arm, spin that right arm up towards the sky. Nice big breath in. Exhale, let it go. And we'll take your right leg, step your right leg back. Left leg comes out in front. Same thing. We're getting everything stacked, rib cage forward. Press down into the top of that foot. Hands come over towards the right. And that quick Kapalabhati, forceful breath. Squeezing that block. Nice, keep using your breath. Notice left side, right side. What do you feel in your core? Does it feel about the same? Keep pressing into those feet. Nice work. Going as slow or as quick as you want. Hips keep facing forward. We've got 3, 2, last 1. Great job. Take that right hand down to the block. Maybe you take your right hand down to the ground and take your left arm, spin that left arm open. Take a really nice big breath into the ribcage. And then exhale, let it all go. Awesome. Bring everything back down. And then we're going to make our way. You can come into child's pose, excuse me, or a down dog. We're going to start to move through some different functional movements. So they're core strengthening, but just in a completely different way. We want to just make sure we're not holding our breath or gripping and sucking our abs in the entire time. That inhale, breathing into the rib cage, exhale, gentle lifting. On your next inhale, you're going to take your right leg. I'm going to show 2 different options. You're going to take your right leg, lift your right leg towards the sky. Inhale, bring that right knee forward. Maybe you take your right knee to the ground and spin open into a side plank. Option 2, take your right leg towards your left knee. Take your right leg towards your left elbow and open up into fallen star, pressing those hips. So knee down or up. What's great, you can keep coming back to this video and adding on and progressing. Now we're going to lower our hips, slowly come down to the ground. Exhale, press, lift them, come back up. Slowly drop everything back down. We're going to turn to spin the face, the back of our mat. Lifting, lengthening up. Gently fold forward, grab the back of your knees, your calves, reach for the toes. Take a breath here. And then pull everything, come back up. We'll take our right leg, hook your right leg on top of your left. We're gonna completely turn onto our left-hand side. The left hand comes back behind you. Option 1, that left knee is bent. Press those hips, pressing into your right foot, lift up. Option 2, that left leg is extended. Press and lift everything all the way up. Shoulders stacked, hips are stacked. Either position that you're in, we're going to drop the hips, reach that right arm towards the back of your mat, and then press, lift everything, come back up. Feeling that core kick on, different positions, bring it back down. So we're kind of piecing everything back together that we did in the beginning of class with using the core, different positions. Knees or toes, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, lift, open it up. And then send those hips back, child's pose or down dog. All right, we've got the other side to do. So if you're in child's pose, lift those hips, come up, down dog. Take your left leg, lift that left leg towards the sky. We're gonna bring that knee in towards our chest. You can lower the left knee down, spin, open side plank. Option 2 is to take the left knee towards that right elbow. Extend the left leg out, open up, falling star. Press those hips towards the sky, nice breath in. And then we're gonna slowly lower everything, tap, and then press, lift, come back up. Nice work. Lower everything all the way back down. We're gonna spin to face the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up, fold forward, grab behind the back. Lengthen, nice breath in. Pull yourself, come back up. Right hand comes behind. We take that left leg, hook your left leg on top. We're gonna completely roll onto the side. The right leg can stay straight, or you can bend that knee. Press those hips, lift everything up, press into that left foot. Nice breath in. And then here we go, we're gonna drop the hips. Left arm reaches towards the back of your mat. Exhale, press, lift those hips. Nice breath in. Drop everything back down as we spin back to face the front of the mat. Lengthen out, nice breath. Drop to the knees or your toes, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift, come up. And then we're just gonna press the hips back, child's pose. We're gonna scoot our knees a little wider apart, sink those hips, and you're gonna think of spreading your sit bones apart. We just did all of this awesome work with our core and our pelvic floor. And now we're just working on lengthening out those muscles. 2 gentle breaths here. Spread the sit bones apart and let it go. So it's really important to focus on stretching out, lengthening those pelvic floor muscles after we work them, just like any other muscle. See if you can feel that connection. Nice breath. Send that breath down. Open up those pelvic floor muscles and let it go. And then continue to keep coming back to your breath with any of the core strengthening exercises that you're working on. And if you're like, oh, I can't quite feel that connection, you're not sure, go ahead and check out that description box below. I have so many different resources to get you started in helping finding that connection. One more breath here. Spread those sit bones apart. Let it go. And then pull yourself, come back up. Just find comfortable seated position. We'll take one nice big breath in, lift those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down towards heart center. If you enjoyed this core class, you are going to want to check out this one next. Keep up the good work. Until next time, namaste.